This is your News Source Evening Bulletin for today, Wednesday, the 16th day of March in the year 2022. I'm Gordon Mosley, and here's what we're reporting tonight. The opposition APNU-AFC coalition met virtually with the Guyana Elections Commission on Tuesday. And while describing the meeting as cordial, the opposition said GCOM needs to start working on its reforms. The opposition was represented in the meeting by PNC Reform Chairman Sherwin Holder, General Secretary of the party Gita Chandon Edmond, and AFC General Secretary David Patterson, along with AFC Executive Member Kathy Hughes. GCOM was represented by the chairperson, retired Justice Claudette Singh, along with the CEO Vishnu Prasad, and all of the commissioners. In a statement, the coalition expressed the view that the country's electoral system requires substantial reforms. The opposition warned the Elections Commission that it should not engage in any new elections without those reforms being in place. The coalition further stated that those reforms must benefit from international best practices and are geared at producing credible results that will have public acceptance. Additionally, the opposition team said it also raised concerns about a series of issues surrounding the current continuous registration process. In a statement, the opposition said those issues included, among many others, lack of public information on the process, breaches in GCOM's processes, lack of consistency in the standard operating procedures at various offices being followed, and the coalition also highlighted the specific case of birth certificates being used with varying features, while GCOM did not seem to have any mechanism in place to confirm the authenticity. The opposition coalition also said it told the commission of breaches in the hiring process and breaches in the process of issuing ID cards. It said based on those and other concerns, the coalition expressed a lack of confidence in the continuous registration process, but pledged that its scrutineers will continue to be present at the various offices to police the process with the aim of protecting the interests of all Guyanese. The opposition coalition said it has noted that the Elections Commission has given its commitment to deliberate on the matters being raised and to conduct thorough investigations as well as to share the findings. More news coming up in just a moment.
How fast is fiber? Think fast. GTT Fiber has 3 packages with download speeds of 50, 100, and 150 megabits per second. That's fast enough to stream movies and music, to chat with Gran and Fran, to study, and more. What would you do? Upgrade to GTT Fiber today and don't get left behind tomorrow. Live your fantasy at Fantasy Gaming Lounge. Win big daily. Millions in cash prizes every week. Now located at Giftland Mall, Fantasy Gaming Lounge, the best bet in town.
Social media is a great way to stay connected, and let's face it, who doesn't like likes? Whether you're showing off that great outfit or celebrating a work promotion, your first priority should be staying safe online. So shop only on secure websites, those with URLs that begin with HTTPS. Never overshare, including your location with strangers online. Configure your Facebook privacy settings to only share your photos and other personal information with family and close friends. You can be social, but it's important to be safe online.
Combo pack of we feeling best. Sunshine stacks above the rest. There is no contest, is the best mix, so we feeling best. Best value to how you feeling. Ole cheesy, too much ripples and more. Combo pack of flavors galore, yeah. Combo pack of we feeling best. Sunshine stacks above the rest. There is no contest, is the best mix, so we feeling best.
Sunshine Snacks Combo Pack, now with a new look and new mix. Grab your pack today.
Best mix, so we feeling best.
In just 2 years, oil production earned Guyana a whopping $608 million. These funds are being used to build bridges, roads, and other infrastructure to improve the lives of all Guyanese.
Give me one dembe for my whole family. Their bread is tasty. Baked with love and passion by our
dedicated team of fine bakers, we give you Dembake. With the same great quality you're used to, we now have a slightly new look. Here in Land of Canaan, we are ready to give you even more. Don't wait until you're hungry. Reach for a slice of Dembake. Dembake, healthy, wholesome living.
It's here. Introducing the MyGPL Customer Portal, a convenient way to access all your account information in one location. To sign up, it's easy. Simply go to https:/my.gplinc.com. After signing up, you will receive a confirmation email. Once logged in, view your postpaid account, monitor your consumption, view current charges and payment history, retrieve current and previous bills, and submit meter readings. MyGPL Customer Portal. Access to all your account information from your PC, tablet, or mobile phone at your convenience. Sign up today. For more information, contact our customer call center on 226-2600.
Mobil 1 is more than oil. It's many oils. It transforms at the molecular level. When cold, it's thicker than honey. When hot, it's thinner than water. Mobil 1 adapts and readapts to last longer. 16,000 kilometers between oil changes. That's your engine evolved.
Sol Guyana is the authorized distributor of Mobil lubricants.
We've got exciting news! All 12-ounce yellow cab Buster are now only $100. Buster, live in
Come
full
get
color.
your Buster, Buster $100. Come get your Buster, Buster $100.
In the world of business right now, small businesses will be given extra attention during the month of April when the Georgetown Chamber of Commerce and Industry hosts a series of activities in observance of National Small Business Week. Dubbed Shop Small for the Big Impact, the events will be hosted from the 8th to the 16th of April. Over 240 small businesses are being targeted in an effort to connect them to the markets that they may be seeking and to encourage their growth. The GCCI's Entrepreneurship and Small Business Committee is organizing the small business events. President of the Georgetown Chamber of Commerce, Timothy Tucker, said the chamber is not just about big businesses, but it's also about supporting the smaller ones.
And I will definitely, face the elephant in the room, where private sector organizations are often seen as the big boys club. And have always been there, it's been pushed out there that that it only represents what the big boys want. If you're not, and so this is a membership-based, membership-driven organization, and it represents the needs, the wants, and the interests of its members. And members that get representation are members that go out there and represent themselves through the organization that they're part of. That is how GCCI is mandated and operates.
The Georgetown Chamber of Commerce and Industry is the oldest business chamber in Guyana. Mr. Tucker said more will be done moving forward to support and develop small businesses and to encourage them to push themselves more.
Some members might be more active than other members, and that's why their concerns are heard. And they might be there actively approaching, using what the GCCI is made it, what is mandated for, to get the results that they want. So I encourage everyone. There's no law in the GCCI that is only a big boy. Anyone. Me as a small business owner, have used the GCCI to resolve many issues, and that's why I'm here today, a strong believer in the organization, because I had issues, and I was invited to come to the GCCI to sort those issues out.
The executive director of the Georgetown Chamber of Commerce, Richard Rambaran, said there are also plans coming on stream that will address business development.
And it's important that we not just see the GCCI as being an advocacy body or a lobbying body for the private sector, but we also focus quite a bit on business development, and it's for that reason that we see the National Small Business Week as being a build out of the current program of work that we currently do. So this is the reason why the GCCI has endeavored to undertake this, but don't expect that all of the questions for small business growth and development will be answered through the National Small Business Week. It's one component of a continuum of work that the Chamber of Commerce is undertaking.
During the week of celebration, businesses will also benefit from live webinars on topical issues related to small business development. The Chamber is also encouraging more businesses to join its membership. 2 days after the U.S. Embassy issued a crime alert warning U.S. citizens and embassy staffers against visiting the Stabroek and border markets here in Georgetown, the Guyana Police Force is moving to implement new strategies to increase security at the two locations and in other parts of the city. The U.S. Embassy in its warning made reference to the high level of crime at the two locations and warned its citizens against going to the areas unaccompanied. In a statement today, the Guyana Police Force announced that the commander for the Georgetown Division, Assistant Commissioner Simon McBean, held discussions with City Council's Chief Constable to implement strategies to increase public safety at the locations. After the meeting, the two officials and several other senior police officers went on a strategy walkabout in the Stabroek Market area and began to map out strategies for collaboration and policing in and around the public thoroughfare, the police force said. This was not the first time that strategies were being developed for that same Stabroek Market area. The police also announced that it will immediately provide resources to the City Council to have a visible police presence in the areas, and it will continue further collaborative efforts to enhance public safety. There have been numerous complaints over the years about the security situation at both the Stabroek and border markets. The Stabroek market in particular has become a hotspot for thieves, robbers, and bag snatchers. Almost daily, complaints will be filed about persons being robbed in the area. In a crime alert issued on Monday, the U.S. Embassy said the city of Georgetown is rated as critical for crime, with incidents of robberies, sexual assault, vehicle accidents, and homicides occurring, particularly in high-risk areas after dark. With questions being raised about a swift reactionary response of the police force to the U.S. Embassy's complaint, while complaints for locals were ignored, the Home Affairs Minister Robeson Ben said it is only coincidental that the police force is moving into the area after the U.S. Embassy's alert. He said the police force has been working on a plan since last November, and as part of that plan, additional cameras and route monitors for buses will be installed in the area. Let's tell you now that a search has been launched off the West Berbice coast for a 26-year-old fisherman who was pitched overboard when a wave hit his fishing boat last evening. The missing man has been identified as Suraj Daneshwar, also known as Sunny. The captain of the fishing vessel, O'Neill Deputran, filed a report at the Blairmont police station this morning after making it back to shore. According to a statement from the police, the captain explained that a fishing boat was about 4 miles off the coast of Bath Settlement at around 9 o'clock last night when a large wave slammed into it, throwing both the captain and the other fishermen overboard. The captain said he managed to hold on to the vessel but did not see any trace of the young fisherman. He said the vessel, which was capsized, started to drift and he was rescued by the crew of another fishing boat. The captain said after relating to the other fishermen what had taken place, they remained in the area and carried out several searches for the missing fishermen. All of those searches came up empty-handed. The Guyana Police Force said it has joined the search operation for the missing fishermen, and the captain has since been hospitalized at the Fort Wellington Hospital. 3 weeks ago, 3 other Guyanese fishermen went missing when their boat went down off the coast of Maikoni. The men are still to be found and search efforts have been scaled down. A 4th fisherman who survived that ordeal has provided statements to the investigators of the tragic mishap at sea. In the courts, a 20-year-old man from Barramita in the Northwest District was today remanded to jail over the murder of a Venezuelan national. The accused, Caron Williams, called Virgil Henry, appeared at the Georgia Magistrates Court before the Chief Magistrate, where the indictable charge was read to him. It is alleged that he stabbed the 43-year-old Rafael Antonio Soto to death during a disagreement last Thursday night along a road in Barramita. The 2 men reportedly were at a shop consuming alcohol earlier in the evening and left the bar around the same time. It is reported that the two men ran into each other later the same night, and the now dead man managed to convince a woman who was with the accused to go with him back to where he lives. The two got into a fight, and it is alleged that it was during that fight that William stabbed the other man to death with a knife. He initially went into hiding but was later arrested by the police and charged. His next court appearance will be in April. Still in the courts, almost 2 weeks after an overseas-based Guyanese was stabbed to death at his brother's wedding, one of the men accused of the murder was charged today and remanded to jail. The accused, 26-year-old Eon Gonzalez of Quarantine Berbice, appeared before Magistrate Alex Moore at the number 51 Village Magistrates Court today, where the charge of murder contrary to the common law was read to him. He was immediately remanded to jail and told that his case will continue on the 31st of May. On the night of the 9th of March, overseas-based Guyanese Lacan Chatapol was at the wedding of his brother when a group of men not known to the family members gathered outside the yard. Lacan and some other relatives asked the men to leave, and the row dissolved into a fight. It was during the confrontation that the stabbing took place. The accused was arrested while his accomplices made good their escape. The search is ongoing for those accomplices.
You taste the cheese, you hear the crunch. Grab a zoomers and zoom into fun. And with the first taste, you feel like you don't want it done. Blast off to a whole new place with every single bite. The cheesy goodness bring your taste buds alive. So let's just zoom into fun with this wheel-shaped light. Zoomers, zoomers, zoom into fun.
Mobil Special and all other Mobil lubricants are distributed by Sol Guyana Inc. Mobil Special and all other Mobil lubricants are distributed by Sol Guyana Inc.
In addition to 2% royalty, did you know that Guyana earns 50% of the profits from oil production? More than any one of the Stabroek Block co-venturers, ExxonMobil, Hess and Sinnock. And by 2026, the government is expected to export 50 million barrels of oil per year, which can earn as much as $4 billion US.
This is Mocha.
Live your fantasy at Fantasy Gaming Lounge. Win big daily. Millions in cash prizes every week. Now located at Giftland Mall, Fantasy Gaming Lounge, the best bet in town.
We've got exciting news! All 12-ounce yellow cab Buster are now only $100. Buster, live in
Come
full
get
color.
your Buster, Buster $100. Come get your Buster, Buster $100. Fuel it up and drive, super 95. Tune up, fuel it up and drive, super 95. Tune up, protect your fuel system, boy. High mileage and performance, boy.
Guyoil Super 95 gasoline gives you more reasons to drive and is available at 56 service stations nationwide. For affordable price, high performance, and high mileage, choose Guyoil's Super 95 gasoline.
Fuel it up and drive.
Across the region tonight, indigenous leaders from 9 countries in the Amazon basin met in Ecuador yesterday and demanded South American governments halt extractive industries, which damage the rainforests, urging them to respect agreements and legal rulings recognizing communities' rights over territories. Governments in the region are failing to live up to their promise to protect indigenous groups, the leaders representing 500 communities, including from Ecuador, Colombia, and Brazil, said. adding that they feel disrespected when they are not consulted over the exploitation of oil and mining projects in their territories. During the meetings in Ecuador, there were calls on the governments to honor laws and countries' constitutions regarding extractive projects. Indigenous communities in the Amazon basin face problems, including oil spills, deforestation, and pollution of rivers by both legal and illegal mining, all of which negatively affect the people and wildlife, the leaders said in their statement. In neighboring Venezuela, the government of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro is seeking meetings with political and business groups and unions, among others, so that they can join negotiations alongside the opposition politicians led by Juan Guaido. Jorge Rodriguez, the president of the ruling-dominated National Assembly and leader of the government's delegation in negotiations, said that they would seek meetings with various sectors, following Maduro's instructions, who last week called for talks to be more inclusive. The official did not mention a return to talks established in Mexico last August, which were suspended by the government following the extradition to the U.S. of Colombian businessman Alex Saab. The opposition maintains that it appoints its delegates, not the ruling party. Since 2020, the opposition has complained that the ruling party has established another opposition more to its liking by bringing together deputies that were expelled from a number of political organizations for corruption. And finally tonight, international news. The International Court of Justice today ordered Russia to cease military actions in Ukraine immediately in a preliminary ruling in a case brought by Ukraine. In a statement, the court said the Russian Federation shall immediately suspend the military operations that it commenced on the 24th of February on the territory of Ukraine. The judges added that Russia must also ensure that other forces under its control or supported by Moscow should not continue the military operation. Although the court's rulings are binding, it has no direct means of enforcing them, and in rare cases, countries have ignored them in the past. Ukraine filed its case shortly after Russia's invasion began on the 24th of February, saying that Russia's apparent justification that it was acting to prevent genocide in eastern Ukraine was unfounded. At the hearings, Ukraine said that there is no threat of genocide in eastern Ukraine, and that the United Nations 1948 Genocide Convention, which both countries have signed, does not allow an invasion to prevent one. Russian President Vladimir Putin has described the invasion as a special military operation needed to protect people who have been subjected to bullying and genocide, meaning those whose first or only language is Russian in eastern Ukraine. Russia said it skipped World Court hearings on March 7th in light of the apparent absurdity of the lawsuit. However, Moscow did file a written document with the court saying the International Court of Justice should not impose any measures. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley, reporting and encouraging you to stay safe.